This episode of Winchester and Drury's Natural Barn is brought to you by Mossy Oak Camo.
The innate nature of man is to hunt for survival. In an ever-changing society, modern hunters still bear those natural-born instincts. To act on those instincts, every hunter faces a different set of circumstances. For the weekend warrior, it's about finding new dirt. For the gamekeeper, it's about the well-being of the wildlife. For the ultimate land manager, it's about cultivating and maintaining the natural habitat. And for the apprentice, it's about gaining the knowledge to satisfy the natural-born instinct to hunt. Winchester and Drury's Natural Born. For Mark Drury, turkey season is not all business. It's a time of the year that combines his passion for the sport and time spent hunting with friends and family.
This is a great reminder of why we got started in the business. Just love turkey hunting.
30 years overdue.
Well, we're just about to Mark's place. This is stop 2 of our turkey trip here for the week. So we just rolled in. We're about 3 or 4 miles from Mark's house. We're gonna hook up with Mark and an old buddy of ours, Gary Williams. So hopefully we'll have a good turkey hunt in the morning. Have a good visit with my buddies and have some good food, and good times.
Iowa first season. We had a bunch of birds gobbling, but they're across the road on the neighbors. And there was a couple to the south, way off. We tried to crank them up, see if we could pull them over here. They flew down, shut up, but we could hear some hens yelping in there. So Mark's camera guy heard some turkeys over here on another farm, so we're gonna back up and go over there and see if we can get on some hot birds. These birds aren't doing anything, so we're gonna move on. I'll tell you what, it's about 11:30. Driving down the county road on the south end of this farm that we're on, and we seen 2 big gobblers and a few jakes and a couple hens scattered up this little grassy draw to our east. We slipped up the edge of the timber and we're sitting up on the edge of this field. There's a little food plot here and some native grass. Turkeys are gobbling to our southeast, so we're gonna set up. We got the Smoky Baby decoy sitting right here. Let's see what happens. Still coming, Chris. Wait, come on here. Can't even see him. You see him? No. He's coming, Chris. About that, buddy.
That was a classic, brother.
That was a good hunt.
How fun was that?
With a trio of talented turkey callers combining their talents, it was just like old times for original Drury Outdoors team member Jeff Propst.
I'm gonna make him go.
How about that, buddy?
That was a classic, brother.
That was a good one. Wow. A smoky baby out here in this grassy roadway, and the turkey was coming right to it, full strut all the way in. We got 2 cameras running. My son and 2 of my very best friends with me. This is a good day. Come on up here, mate. That was awesome.
How about you, bud?
Oh, it was good. Give me some. I've been waiting 30 years to hunt together.
Good job. Yeah, we're such good friends we don't hunt together.
How about that, guys? 30 years in the making, and we finally got together and got it done.
Put her there.
Took us long enough.
It did.
We kind of got separated in life and making a living all went our own way, and I retired this year and we had a reunion. It was great.
Yeah, you betcha. This is a very special turkey hunt for me. I've been turkey hunting for 40 years this year, and to get to hunt with Mark and Gary, 2 of my very best friends ever, are here on one of Mark's farms in Iowa. Just couldn't be more special. I am tickled to death.
Out here doing what we love, how we met through turkey calling. We used to spend literally 8 or 9 weekends in a row together every single spring because we'd go to all the different competitions, and we got to be very close friends through the sport of turkey calling.
Yes, we did.
It was kind of exciting for me to get to show these guys who've been killing turkeys their whole life how the smoky baby actually works, and we've had a lot of good luck with it this week.
She's pulling them in.
She is, man.
There's something about that look that it really holds their attention, and they're coming to it.
That turkey locked onto that decoy clear down at the end of this pasture, and Chris filmed him all the way in, and he just never hesitated, just strut and drop right into the gun barrel. So
Congratulations, Jeff.
thanks, man.
Nice shot.
Gary, thanks for coming, buddy. You
Loved
bet.
it.
That old Winchester put it on him, buddy.
Yes, it did.
Right down the gun barrel.
Winchester, field tips with the American legend.
Hi, I'm Mike Stock with Winchester Ammunition, and on this week's Field Tip with the American Legend, I want to talk about a really confusing term, and that's ballistic coefficient. We see it on boxes of ammo, we see it in catalogs, we see it on websites, but not everybody really understands what ballistic coefficient is. And it really comes into play if you're a shooter who likes to take longer range shots at deer. If you're stretching your shots out beyond 100 yards to 200 or 300 yards, you need to be very concerned about ballistic coefficient. And the higher the ballistic coefficient, the less trajectory arc that your bullet's going to have. So if you're going after deer and you're likely to take a longer shot, find the box with the highest ballistic coefficient. Check out a product like Ballistic SILVERTIP from Winchester or our new Deer Season XP load. They're going to give you a nice high ballistic coefficient to really flatten out your shot trajectory. For more info, check out our ballistics calculator at winchester.com.
Food plot experts.
Well, today is July the 29th. Normally we plant in August, but we're going to be pretty busy with some things going on, so we're going to go ahead and plant now, probably about 2.5 weeks earlier than what we usually plant. But planting a couple different things here. Got some winter bulbs and sugar beets, and we're also planting some deer radishes. This little plot right here was awesome last year. It's only about in between 1/4 and 1/2 an acre. It should be really, really nice. I'm really anxious to hunt it. It's going to be really good early season.
Well, I know as a landowner, there's a lot of pressure to get food plots in. Everything's got to come together, and then Mother Nature has got to provide some rain.
Preparation for any season starts day one, because without the preparation, the food plots, the biologics, you're just not going to have a successful season. And these guys, they're the best.
I don't know what's going on. I'm in total state of confusion. Well, it's August 16th, and this is the start of our pre-deer season, I guess you could call it. We're going to check all of our straps on our stands and make sure they're all good, no squirrels have chewed on them or anything. Trim out what needs trimmed, and we got to actually hang about 2 new sets. And luckily the weather's nice. It's like high of 80 today. The humidity's low, the wind's out of the northeast, so pretty comfortable day to be doing this kind of work this time of year. So we're lucky there. Let's go.
This segment of DoD TV's Natural Barn is brought to you by Analogics. Protect your herd with the power of science.
Going into deer season, we just came off an extreme high of being in Alaska. We hunted for 9 days, killed a great bull moose for Bow Madness, and we could not wait to get started deer hunting. But you know, the first couple weeks of the rut in November came and went, and I did not see a single shooter the first half of the season. You know, I hunted several days with my dad, hunted with John Williams, and just no bucks in general. You know, I had about 7 days off to rifle hunt, but it just was not working out. We were not seeing the deer, we were not seeing any shooter bucks, and actually our pictures went dark, sightings of deer in general were down, and it just was not looking good for us. You know, one of the great things about rifle season is you don't even have to have a tree stand. Now that we kind of decided to do something old school, I found a spot during shed season. It was tore up a sign, and we weren't able to get a stand hung in there because it was going to be really tough to get the wind. But I knew on the 24th of November that we were going to have a south wind the next day, and I told my dad I know just the spot to go.
You know, sometimes if something doesn't work, you've got to shift strategies and try something else. Chris and Jeff decided to actually go to the timber.
He's going back to a little bit of an old school approach. He's going to go into the woods, he's going to do a little in-season scouting, see what's out there, and he stumbles across just enough to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to try this.
You know, some of the best hunts come from those when it's just keep it as simple as possible and all that other stuff can stay at home. Just get out in the timber, find deer sign, and chase them, get after them. Good luck.
The way it used to be.
Today is November the 25th. We're doing something kind of a little bit different, kind of getting back to the roots of Missouri rifle season. Dad and I just came in here this morning and we're sitting in the middle of a big patch of timber. It's a good spot to catch one cruising. It can be pretty effective. Feels like we're turkey hunting sitting next to a tree, so. Right here.
Got him, baby. He's down. He's down. Yes. Yes.
I told Dad, I said, he's a real pretty 9-pointer. I think he's the skinny 9 that we have here. He went about 30 yards, fell, and rolled back downhill.
This was kind of going old school, kind of back to the tradition of Missouri rifle season. Just go sit by a tree in a spot you know that deer filter through and deer cruise through, and it just worked out perfectly for us.
I'm happy as can be.
Man, what a really cool hunt we had this morning. Today's November the 25th, and this is one of the latest I've ever killed a buck in November. This is a beautiful buck. We call him the skinny 9-point. You know, it just worked out great. I mean, he blew into a really nice buck, still has the skinny tines. It was really cool how we killed him this morning. We actually I found this spot during shed season, and it was just loaded with sign. There was buck rubs and scrapes everywhere. And we came in here this morning knowing that the sign was here and just sat on the ground. We hunted old school today. Everybody grew up hunting in Missouri with rifles, just going into timber and sitting by a tree. And that's exactly what we did this morning, killed a great buck. It was just a really cool hunt. It's been a terrible, terrible season for seeing deer in general, not just bucks. I don't know what happened. I don't know if we lost some deer from EHD, but it's just been really slow. And it feels good to finally have your hands on a nice buck. Beautiful, beautiful deer.
After school special.
This year was shaping up to be a pretty special year. I killed a big buck named Willy Wonka on October 26th, and then just a short time later on November 13th, I was able to harvest a big buck we named Stallback. Well, the following week was Illinois shotgun season, and I was excited about a new farm I just got this spring in Greene County, Illinois, and my daughter Ellie was up to bat. Well, Ellie couldn't hunt until the evening, so I decided that morning to take her gun with me. And wouldn't you know, I was able to harvest a big buck we call Sled. With this much momentum, I was really liking Ellie's chances this evening.
It's important when you take someone like Ellie hunting to make it comfortable for them.
It's so beneficial to put your time in with the scouting, the tree stands, the blinds, the Reconyx cameras, and get as much data as you possibly can so you can increase your possibility for success.
They're going to do everything they need to, so when it's crunch time, those magic 3 or 4 days when she finally can get out there after school, it's going to go as smooth as possible. There's going to be no surprises, and if a deer shows up, we're going to be ready for it.
Keep up with all the excitement on our official Facebook page.
Are we gonna shoot a big buck tonight?
Yeah.
We're gonna do a double. Dad in the morning. How come you didn't come this morning?
Because I was at school.
Big buck right behind him. Big buck right behind him. Get your gun. Grab your gun. You see him?
Yeah.
You see him right there? He's coming. He's coming. Be real quiet. Let's roll this real quick. Get on him. Okay, that's all right. Are you on him?
Yeah.
Okay, here, hold on. Get on him and shoot him. Put that thing right on us.
Yes.
With 2 big giants down on opening day, I'm really liking this new farm.
Now I love school, but I'm glad I got out early.
That's right, me too, honey. Oh my, 10-pointer. Elle, you don't know what you just did.
Look at the bladed tines. Look at this bladed brow tine right here. It's forked on this side. We called him 49er because he's a mainframe 9 and he was 4 years old. So we nicknamed him 49er. Her sister actually saw this deer youth season, but it was just too late to shoot.
She's gonna be mad, isn't she?
Yeah.
153 and 2/8. You beat me, but I was 151 and 5/8. You little stinkers. You beat her down. Good job. High five. Fantastic.
It's Tom's year.
Well, it's January 3rd. It's warmed up quite a bit today and it's got the wind out of the south. I think the deer will move. It's about 1:45. We're trying to get in there kind of early. I think they're going to move early tonight. We're hunting a cut cornfield and it's got maximum and some sugar beets and stuff in there, so it should be a good evening. We're looking for one of 2 deer, either spider, it's a big heavy 9-point, or the buck we call Venetary, he's a big 8-point. We're gonna kill some tonight. We think that it's probably an older buck that has actually shed his antlers. You can see where he shed his antlers, so he's definitely a lot bigger than that 2-year-old out there. We don't know how old, if he's a 3 or 4-year-old, but we don't think he's super mature, but kind of nice. Oh, here comes a buck, buddy. Bunch of does coming out in the corner over here. Spider. That's the buck we call Spider. Boy, we had like 1 minute left, buddy. 1 or 2 minutes left. What a cap to a season.
Oh, this is my 4th deer this year. What a season. That caps it off. What an ending to the season. I nicknamed him Spider. He is just a phenomenal deer. We didn't have much time left. I looked at my phone and it was 5:27 when I shot, and shoot time was over at 5:29. So I knew he's here. The Reconyx told us. Boy, those Reconyx cameras have just tremendously helped my hunting. They tell us where to go and how to be better hunters. Let me get a tag on him right now.
Next week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born.
My little turkey hunter.
He's coming over. Get ready.
Oh, nice shot. On the right. Taylor's first film kill.
This is the earliest I've ever killed a deer in my life.
I never get enough of them. I just never do.